The one thing I told the guys was, enjoy this moment, but just make sure you're smart about how you enjoy it, and don't forget there is a next year. And that's what I told them. I said, not to bust your bubble, but there's a next year, and that entails guys that will come back or will continue to play in the CFL. They have to make sure that they're physically fit and are ready to play ball again.
How's life as a Grey Cup champion head coach?
You know what? It's pretty good right now. I still feel the same. You don't have the ring or anything yet to actually say you are one, and to see it yet, but it's pretty good. It hadn't set in yet. I've got a lot of phone calls, and they say, well, you're one of the elite guys now. You have a championship beside your name, and I think that's awesome. To be able to do it. Couldn't have done it without the guys in that room, but it's very honorable, and I'm excited to be a Grey Cup coach.
How does it compare to winning it as an assistant coach?
You know what? Like I said, I'm a different breed of guy. It's going to take a while for it to set in for me. It's really going to take a while for it to set in. It was exciting. I guess the biggest thing is I'm so excited for the guys that, that really worked hard and has had major letdowns. And that's really what my mindset has been. Like I said, in the next day or two, I will decide to turn it upon myself and look at myself and look at the accolades from that standpoint. I tell you, the biggest thing right now that gave me confidence and what I thought that made it was the first round of the playoffs. Because I thought that one could have went either way. That was a strong fight that the BC Lions put up, and it was one of those things to where, once we made it through that, I pretty much figured that we can handle anything because that was one of the toughest games that I've been in as a coach.
The same.
Oh yeah, the biggest thing, and that's what I said, is it had to sit down and evaluate how we're going to do it next year because, the one thing you're not going to do is, when Brendan and I sit down, not going to overpay. Not going to do all those things to get guys in here to think that you can do what you did last year. You can't do it. You have to find a whole new, energy, a whole new mindset, and that's what I'm going to look for is the guys that's going forward. That's not going to look to get rich in the off season, and I still need the guys that's going to be hungry around here and willing to play. I think the biggest thing is it just capped off, from the first year, the things that we did. We could bring the veterans in, but if we don't have the guys that gained the experience the first year and go through what we go through, then I don't think we learn. I think, the guys that were here the first year with us, they learned on the ups and downs, especially from that semifinal loss. The veterans that we brought in, they had been through enough situations, so I thought that's what we just needed, that balance, and I thought that the guys just balanced us out to become a championship football team. And once we get through the parade and all those things, BT and I will sit down and we'll hammer it out a little bit. It's been in the back of my mind, but now we have to actually get down to it and see what's going on. Like I said, it kind of reminds me more so now of my first year, but with a little bit more time of whether it's with coaches or different things like that. On will the staff change? How many players and things like that. So it just feels like I said, it's just got to break it back down and put it back together real soon. It was a special group. We knew when we put it together that we could have something special. And, I think that we did everything, positive this year, and we ended up winning it all. And the biggest thing that I have to do as a head coach when I sit down with Brendan in the next week or so is you got to say, okay, here's the vision for next year, and these are the guys that should be here, and this is how we're going to do it. You can't bring everybody back in that room. Even with the Ottawa draft, I think that's very positive because it's going to make us make changes. Right now, the biggest thing what's going to happen when you look at this team, as far as coaches and everything, there's going to be a lot of guys that start. If we went from being an individuals to a team, now it's going to go back to being individuals right now. People looking at free agency, different things like that, and how they fit. Head coaching jobs, all that different things. So it's going to be a process of breaking this team back down and then just having to put it back together again. After I get my rest and get my mind back right, the one thing I look at my whole life and the way I've always had it, opportunities have always presented themselves, and it's always been the right opportunity. I'm never the one to look at just finances as the basis of anything. It has to be a right fit for me. And the one thing I'm going to look at going forward from this point forward is what's the purpose and what's the challenge of it. I have to. I'm a challenge-driven guy. It has to be a challenge, one that I'm set and ready to take on and try to achieve. Won a Grey Cup. That's what I wanted to do. I did it in the second year. So, just got to sit down and say, okay, what's my next set of goals and how do I want to go for it? I tell you what, I'm a blessed individual, and I know that. And I believe in God, and I believe that He has a fate and a destiny for everyone. I think you just have to walk it out. The one thing I've never been scared to do is take chances, and what I mean by that is where others wouldn't take the opportunity I've taken. And I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and Saskatchewan, and it's cold outside today, but that didn't deter me. So it was a challenge, met it, and here I am. Like I said, age, I don't look at the age. You guys talking about how young I am. Trust me, I don't feel that young.
You